Timur was instrumental in shaping modern Asia. His cultural achievements spanned from Moscow to Delhi and even to the Mediterranean Sea. He was commonly referred to as Timur the Lame because of his injury to his left leg, and his name was later anglicized to Tamerlane. He was born in 1366 in Samarkand and died on February 19, 1405 in Kazakhstan. His cultural achievements include the arts and architecture evident in the areas he conquered. Timur originally began as a leader of a small nomad group, the Turkicized Barlas tribe. It was a Mongol subgroup that settled in Transoxania in the Chagatai Khanate. After the death of the Chagatai Khan, Timur defected to Kashgar, a ruler who had overran Samarkand in 1361. There he was appointed as minister. Later, Timur went back to his brother-in-law Amir Hussein, who was a grandson of Amir Kazgan, the Khan of Chagatai. Together, Timur and Amir conquered the whole of Transoxania in 1364. Then, Timur assassinated Hussein and proclaimed himself Khan in 1370. He made his capital Samarkand. As the next stage, Timur began his conquest of Persia with the capture of Herat in 1383. He conquered the Persian Empire and most of Russia, with his forces occupying Moscow between 1384 and 1386. In order to get an excuse for conquering the Delhi Sultanate, he claimed that they showed excessive tolerance towards Hindus. Hence, he began his advance towards India and crossed the Indus River on September 24, 1398. Timur's forces destroyed the army of the Delhi Sultan Mahmud Tughlaq at Paniput in December 17th of the same year. Timur's conquest spanned from the Tian Shan Mountains of China to the Taurus Mountains of Anatolia. Albeit having well-recorded military campaigns, Timur's religious beliefs were very controversial. His religious advisors mostly followed the Sufi tradition, but Timur claimed his descent from Imam Ali. He venerated the family of Prophet Muhammad, implying that he was Shia. This also was inscribed in his tombstone, and most likely Timur believed in the Shia tradition. Timur always led his military in a nomadic fashion and himself never had a permanent home. He remained with his troops for most of his adult life. Timur attacked and conquered the Ottoman Sultanate during the time of Bayezid I and the Mamluk Sultanate of Egypt. Many of the military techniques Timur employed were first developed by Genghis Khan, and he exploited intrigue, treachery, and alliance. Timur always sent spies and agents to conduct his opponents in his own favor and made sophisticated negotiations with both neighboring and distant powers. His main tactics included mobility and surprise. After conquering peoples, Timur would set up a system of rule that exploited both settled and nomadic populations. His military consisted of tumen, or units of 10,000 soldiers, controlled by his family or loyal tribes. The tumen included mainly swordsmen and archers who were recruited from throughout his empire. Timur's descendants went on to found the Muslim Indian Mongol Empire known as the Mughal Empire. This empire went on to become the wealthiest empire in the world and lasted until the 16th century. Timur's legacy also includes the composite recurve bow, which weighed a third of the English longbow but had more than double its power. Tamerlane is an Anglicization of Timur the Lame. He was a Tartar tribesman who successfully rebelled against the Mongol overlords and established himself in Samarkand, and that became his capital. This had significant advantage of dominating major trade routes such as the Silk Road. While sacking the city of Baghdad, he became angered at its resistance and destroyed many buildings. Timur was fascinated by art and architecture and stole many famous works of art from the libraries in Baghdad and other private collections. There he noticed an unusual dome and called to architects to make structural sketches of it before having it destroyed. He brought the onion-shaped dome back to Samarkand and attempted to rebuild it there. His influence is still seen in places like the Kremlin in Moscow, which Timur conquered, and the Taj Mahal, which combines Mongol and Muslim architecture with Hindu flair and creates a stunning tomb. His lasting legacies include the architecture and other cultural achievements, and also his military techniques such as the composite recurve bow and the tumen of 10,000 soldiers. Timur did indeed have a major impact on world history and changed Asia for the better.